Yesterday I made a video about the connection between healing of trauma and the process of being reborn. And I thought about it afterwards, whether I made it clear that to me, not having to defend concepts and ideas formed based on a trauma is not the same as not setting clear boundaries in life, or having very strong ideas about goals, or what you want or what you need. It's just that you don't have to set those boundaries or point to those needs from a defensive place or a reactive place. But you can't really, first of all, you can't control how other people will experience it. You can only trust what you feel inside. For some people, it will feel as if you're being defensive if you say no. Anyway, for me, believing sometimes that healing something also meant that I would not have to deal with my emotions has been one of the ways that I fell into this trap of spiritual bypassing, or as I've heard is a common expression. And I wanted to give you an example because as some of you know, I have a daughter who's born with a genetic disease, and she is a very sensitive little girl who will feel everything. If I have a negative thought, she'll feel it. If I have something going on emotional, she'll feel it. And the first years of her life, I did not understand what was going on. I just had a girl who was acting out all the time. She does not have language, so she could not express herself, and she would hit me, bite me, scratch me, try to poke me in the eyes. And she did not have a variety of emotional expressions either. So this kind of behavior would often be accompanied with her laughing. And so I had two ways of reacting to this, both of them based on some of my wounds. The first of them was I would get upset, and I would get upset based on thoughts like unconscious thoughts that I did not deserve it, that she was punishing me, that it was my fault, that there was something wrong with me because of her behavior. I felt like a failure. But I would probably most times raise my voice, and that would overwhelm her very sensitive system, and the behavior would escalate. And then I would get really, really sad. I would start crying. I would give up. I would feel like a victim based on unconscious beliefs that I was a failure, that it was my fault, that I have been doing things wrong, that I whatever. So beginning to understand her from a different perspective, and when I started understanding, first of all, I understood that she felt energy. and I started healing some of the belief systems some of the trauma I had that eventually also healed the belief systems. I was able to meet her completely different, and I would meet her like I would say to her, I know that you don't want to hurt me. I know that you felt something and you can't express it right now, and it was really unpleasant for you. And I know you are not hitting me because you want to. You're doing it because you can't do it any differently. I also said to her, I know you don't think this is funny. I know you are laughing because you are having all these emotions and you can't express them. I also realized she was poking me in the eyes when I was not being present. That would terrify her, and she would start poking my eyes to wake me up. Where did you go, Mom? So I could address that too, with a huge change in her behavior. Completely, but not completely. And so it took me some time, because now I was understanding her from a more spiritual perspective. But I had made the conclusion that because I was being spiritual and I understood her, that I was not allowed to be upset. And one day, when she was hitting me, I left the room and I went into the bedroom and I let 10 years of suppressed anger out. It felt like a submarine rising from the bottom of the sea. There was a huge energy release. And I was relaxed, energized, relieved to an extent that I've never tried before. And that's when I realized that I fell into the trap of some spiritual bypassing, because I thought, now that I'm spiritual, I'm not supposed to deal with my emotions anymore, because I understand where she's coming from. I understand you, so I'm not allowed to react. Well, it's true that I was not supposed to, and I was not reacting from this hurt place anymore that believed that I was being a bad mom. But I was also a human being, and sometimes I just got angry with her because it hurts when she hits me. And so today, and I didn't even think about the possibility of leaving the room before I realized that I don't have to be in this. I don't have to place myself in her wide of range. That did not occur to me. And I can't really figure out why. I can just say that the moment I started allowing my emotions, that changed too. And so today I'm saying all the things that I would say before, and then I'm telling her, but I also feel like right now I'm getting a bit upset, so I'm just gonna pull out of the room, and I'll come back in a minute and we'll talk about it. And now I almost never see the behavior. I'm not constantly in a zen I don't even know the word for that, but I'm not constantly relaxed. So sometimes her sensitive system kicks in, and that's completely fine. And sometimes I get upset, and that's completely fine, and I'll move away from her. And she'll fall down very easily, and so will I. And we'll say, okay, this happened again, and that's fine. So with this video, I hope to inspire you to allow yourself to be who you are, even towards the people you love. Be honest about how you feel. Have a great day.